So Anthropic doubles its estimate of what Claude Code tokens will cost engineers. I think this is just a kind of a continuation of the story that I've been talking about for a little while now, where these AI vendors, these AI companies have to start rationalizing their pricing schemes and has to start rationalizing their billing to their customers to try to make the concept of a $1 trillion IPO I don't know, make sense if you're completely and utterly drunk and on ketamine and had a hit of meth or something like that, right? With all of these IPOs coming down the pike in the next year, OpenAI $1 trillion, Anthropic it looks like $1 trillion, SpaceX 1.7 to 2 trillion, right? Basically, these companies are getting to the point they have to start making their numbers make sense. Again, it's interesting. I did a video yesterday talking about this with the CFO of OpenAI, where the CFO of OpenAI wants to put the brakes on the IPO so that they can get their numbers in line for when they start filing all the documents with the SEC. So that was the thing that killed WeWork years ago, right? WeWork was supposed to be this $45 billion company. It was gonna change the world. Everybody was excited about WeWork. Then they filed their IPO paperwork with the SEC. Everybody got to see the bat crap insanity in that IPO paperwork. Literally, it just went downhill after that. Within 2 years, they were bankrupt. This was a company that was supposed to change the world. Within 2 years, it went bankrupt. And what is the difference between being worth $45 billion and being worth absolute nothing? Whether or not people can see your actual books. And I think this is the interesting point we're getting to with this particular technology cycle, is we are now getting to the point where these books have to start being transparent. People actually have to start being able to see the numbers. And I think a lot of these AI companies realize these numbers, they're beyond ugly. They are beyond ugly, right? So we've talked about this with Microsoft. Microsoft is changing their payment program for GitHub. With Anthropic, Anthropic killed the ability to connect harnesses, basically Claudebot, those types of things, into Claude Code, right? Basically what they're trying to do is they're just trying to make this money make half an ounce of sense. And to be clear here with this, it doesn't. The more you read about this, the difference between how much money these companies are spending and how much money these companies are bringing in is just beyond absurd. There is absurd, and then there is whatever is going on with the AI spend rate, which is just absolutely insane. And so basically what Anthropic is doing, they're coming out now, and they're trying to get people warm to the idea that coders are going to need to spend more money than they thought they were going to have to spend. And this is what we're going to start seeing with laddering up the expectation of costs for AI services. Right? You go in, you start using AI, and you're like, wow, for this amount of money, it makes complete sense that I'll use this service. And then you go up by $2. And then you go up by $2. It's kind of like Netflix. It's the Netflixification of AI, right? Remember when Netflix was $10? And then they went to 12. And then they went to 16. Apparently, I just got a letter, I got an email that they're going to be going up to $26, right? At $10 a month, it's like, yeah, I'll keep my Netflix subscription. Who the hell cares? And it keeps going up by $2 and then $2 and then $2. But then all of a sudden, you're so used to keeping your Netflix subscription, even though you're annoyed, you still keep it, right? I think that's what they're trying to do with the AI, right? They get you in for a very low cost. And then they bring it up a little bit. Then they bring it up a little bit more. And then they bring it up a little bit more. And you complain, you bitch and whine and moan, and all that. But as long as your credit card keeps clearing, they're happy. So we take a look at this. Again, Anthropic doubles its estimate of what Claude Code tokens will cost engineers. This came from Business Insider. The Claude Code costs of months past are not today's. A quiet change Anthropic made to its website reflects the evolving costs associated with how people are using AI today. On April 15th, Anthropic more than doubled its public estimates for how much an enterprise developer and almost all average users spend on tokens for Claude Code. Anthropic now says the average cost per developer developer per active day is $13, with costs remaining below $30 per active day for 90% of users. But again, do think about that. When you start thinking about like prices, if you're running a company, $30 per day, that can get pricey. That's what, $600 per month. For some users. Quote, across enterprise deployments, the average cost is around $13 per developer per active day and $150 to $250 per developer per month, with costs remaining below $30 per active day for 90% of users, Claude Code website reads. A spokesperson for Anthropic told Business Insider that the updated language reflects the fact that Opus 4.7, the company's most advanced publicly available model, is now the primary model for Claude Code. The previous estimates were based on when Sonnet 3.7 was the primary model. Quote, there was no pricing or product change, the Anthropic spokesperson said in a statement to Business Insider. Quote, with Opus 4.7 is now the frontier model in Claude Code. We updated the figures to reflect how usage has evolved as model capabilities have grown since the page last changed in February 2025. Archive versions of the same page showed that before April 16th, the previous estimates were $6 per developer per active day, with costs remaining below $12 per active day for 90% of users. So yeah, now it's below $30 per day for 90% of users. It was below $12 per day. Now what Anthropic is trying to say is like, look, we got a better model. We've got a better model, and it is more expensive, but it provides more functionality. But here's one of the things. Like, I think about this again. We talk about videos, we talk about Netflix or whatever. I think about this with Amazon Prime, right? So Amazon came out with this whole thing like before there were no ads on Amazon Prime. So if you paid for Amazon, whatever, Amazon service, you got Amazon Prime Video. And then because the costs of producing content were so expensive, they told us they either had to put ads on our videos or we had to pay $2 or $3 more per month in order to get ad-free videos. Now here's the thing. In general, I actually wouldn't have a problem with that. My problem is the Rings of Power. Apparently the Rings of Power is costing like $1 billion or something to produce. It's like $500 million per season, and they're doing a minimum of like 5 seasons. Here's the deal with the Rings of Power. Look, I have no idea if the Rings of Power is woke. I could only get through about 15 minutes of the first episode. Let me be honest with you. I got through 15 minutes of it, right? Then there was a Citadel. I don't know. I got through like the first episode of Citadel. And that was like $250 million to produce. And so basically what we're being told by Amazon is we don't want to, but we have to charge you more money in order to provide you the high quality content we're creating. And I'm looking at this don't lie, it is very expensive content that I can barely stomach an entire episode of. And it's like, hey, can I just get my reruns of SG-1? Just give me reruns of Stargate 1 and keep the price where it was. Can we just do that? And for some reason, there's no option for that, right? The curious thing is like when we look at this with these AI models, again, as I've talked about this before, these frontier models are amazing. Again, to be clear, I am not snarky on these frontier models. But as I've also said before, the frontier models got to be good enough, I think, for most things a while ago, right? For most of the tasks that you're going to do, the old models are fine. A 2-year-old model is probably fine for a lot of the stuff that you're doing. And so here's the thing. You're now paying more for a legitimately better model, but realistically, you really only need the output of a quote-unquote worse model would actually be fine. But your option is to pay for the new model, right? I think that's what we're going to be getting to with the AI world is they're going to start dumping more and more functionality. They're going to start dumping more and more quality. Again, I do think things are actually going to improve. The problem that we're going to run into is that people don't necessarily really need those improvements. I've talked about this before with OpenAI. When Gemini 3 Pro came out, Sam Altman did this whole red alert for OpenAI and basically stopped working on a lot of integrations. Like there were a lot of integrations they were trying to work with, basically paused work on integrations so that they could improve their frontier model. And as I've said for a while, at the time it was GPT 5.1 or something like that. And as I said, like your frontier model is fine. Again, I'm not saying don't improve it ever, right? Do incremental improvements every year or 6 months. That's fine. But realistically, to me, the value proposition is actually in these integrations. But, they went to the frontier model because that's the mentality that they're going for. And so it'll be kind of curious to see where all this goes. Again, too, when you look at the frontier models, they feel like they can charge for these frontier models, right? One of the things you have to think about in business, right? What will people agree to pay for? For some reason, people agree to pay for frontier models. Like, they're not going to pay a lot for database services. You create the most amazing RAG in the world, and nobody's going to pay you that much money for it. I mean, compared to AI. And so also one of the things to be thinking about is, as these companies need to IPO at $1 trillion, are they going to start focusing on the products where they can start trying to claim that there's more value than there is? Essentially, the whole idea, they're going to start trying to sell you Maseratis when frankly all you need is a Yugo. Where's that going to get you? So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about Anthropic changing their website to show that developers are now going to need to spend twice what they did only a little while ago? Do you buy the whole argument that the reason is because now it's Opus when it used to be Sonnet? What do you think about all this? What do you think about what happens to the technology world when AI service pricing has to be rationalized? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. Do remember these videos, these whatever, are on Spotify now and on iTunes podcast. There is a link in the doobly-doo. And with that, see y'all later.